Joining me now are the Gutterheads. How you doing, guys?
Doing pretty good, Joe.
Fantastic.
All right, and thanks for coming on the show, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room here, and I would like to get your name, what instrument you play in the band, and where you're from. Let's start right here at the back.
My name's Jimmy Mulhern. I play lead guitar and I sing on a couple tracks, and I'm from Needham Heights.
All right. My name is Jake Randall. I also play guitar, sometimes lead, but you know, this guy doesn't like me to say that. So I guess mainly rhythm, and I also sing. I'm also from Needham Heights.
I'm Justin Mulhern. I play bass and I sing on a couple tracks also, and I'm from Needham Heights.
I'm Frank Arbogast. Play drums, and I'm from Needham.
Very good. Hey, it's great to have a local band here from Needham.
Yeah. Representing, man.
All right.
Yeah.
So who wants to tell me the name, the Gutterheads, where that came from?
Oh, I can tell you that, Joe.
All right.
Me and Jetty over here were at a Red Sox game, and I like to get the programs. I like to use a scorecard, you know, keep track.
Yeah.
So basically, what happened is there's always like a bumper sticker in there, and it said, this one said Gagne is a Yankee spy, as in Eric Gagne when he was on the Sox. But it had like pinstripes on it, so it looked like a Yankees bumper sticker. So I didn't want it. So I just stuck it on the seat in front of me, and the guy behind me started giving me a hard time. He's like, hey, why don't you go put that on your dad's car or something like that. So I'm just like, hey man, why don't you just shut up? And so like, then he did, so really wasn't that tough guy. But then Justin was just like going, oh man, we're such gutterheads. And I was just like, dude, that would be like a sick band name. I hope no one else has it when we never checked. But we're the Gutterheads now.
The rest is history.
Right. Very cool, guys. Very cool. All right. So, how about as far as coming together? I mean, you're all from Needham. Did you grow up together, or was there?
Yeah, actually, I can take that one, Joe.
Right. Yeah.
You know, Needham High School cafeteria can get pretty crowded. You know, if you can't find a seat, it's pretty bad. So, you know, this kid was sitting on the radiators and he was playing his acoustic guitar, and he was playing Slide by the Goo Goo Dolls. So I just went up to him nonchalantly and I was like, oh, you play guitar? I play guitar. And he's like, yeah. And he was like, what kind of music do you like? He's like, I like the Goo Goo Dolls. And I was like, I like the Goo Goo Dolls too. He's like, oh, we should hang out sometime. And so me and him started jamming, and then I brought my brother into it.
Who inspires you guys other than the Goo Goo Dolls, as we already know?
Yeah, I got that.
You know,
I think we got that covered.
for me, it's like, I'm not inspired by like artists. I'm inspired by like different things around me, like my surroundings. I know it sounds kind of different, but what I'm saying is like situations, like, you know, or like life experience. Like sometimes melodies just come into my head from like experiences and stuff, you know, like happy or sad or, you know, angry. But, you know, I like, you know, Blink. I'm inspired by Rage, a lot of funk, you know, like Stanley Clarke. I like a lot of, like, jazz, too. Different stuff, like Les Claypool, a lot, like Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, a lot of 90s stuff.
Yeah.
We like bass, we like a lot of 90s things, you know, a lot of 90s bands, Smashing Pumpkins, you know.
Nice variety.
Yeah.
80s. Blink-182. Gotta mention Blink-182.
Oh, Blink-182.
Yeah, so definitely it's like a lot of punk in 90s. So it makes kind of like a retro sound that we're mixed with punk. So I think that's basically where most of our sound comes from. It's a really good blend of a lot of the music that we listen to.
Yeah, special blend.
Special blend. Yeah. I definitely hear a lot of that 90s influence in your style.
Yeah, like kind of like the Jim Blossoms, one of my favorite bands of mine, you know.
Absolutely.
Third Eye Blind. Ooh, just like a lot of 90s pop, you know. Vertical Horizon, Lifehouse. Oh, jeez, just a bunch.
It goes on and on.
Yeah, there's a bunch, you know.
All right, so who's the songwriter here? Who wants to tell me about where their messages come from?
We've got a few here, Joe.
Yeah?
And also, to get back to that last question, you inspire me.
Well, thank you.
I want to be like Joe. But,
inspire us.
Justin writes songs, so does Jimmy, and I also write songs. I'll let them tell you how they do it, but when I do it, normally there's like so many different ways I can do it. I guess I just try to come up with something different every time. Like, I just want to change it up. I don't want to do the same thing. So, like, I'll just use whatever my like personal experiences are, and I'll tell you right now, it's always girls. That's what I read about. And actually, it's kind of awkward because one of the songs we played was about my parents. But other than that,
Mom,
it's girls.
Change it up a little.
Yeah,
Change it up a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah, girls that you've gotten with, you have a strong desire to get with.
Yeah.
Or maybe even some guys, it doesn't matter. But anyways, that's what I write
That's
about.
you, buddy.
You guys?
How about you guys?
Well, the song that I wrote, Cupid's Arrow, always on my mind. Like, I was just messing around with in my basement, and I was playing acoustically, and I was playing that, and then I started humming it, and then I went over to Jake's house. I was like, hey, I came up with this new song, and then like our drummer Grasso laid down like a drum track, and Jimmy made the guitar parts, and then I made the lyrics and everything.
I made the lead guitar part, that's cool.
All right. I guess Jake is the lead guitar part.
There you go.
But it's basically the song's about like, someone who's stuck in your head, you have dreams about, you can't get off your mind,
This song reminds me of you.
Yeah. Song. I wrote it for you.
Thanks. Excellent.
It's all out there now,
I don't know. We're going to have to talk after this interview.
Sounds like it. So, what makes the Gutterheads different from other bands that are out there today?
I can take that. I think it's mostly our sound. It's the that we all grew up together. I joined the band a little bit later, but as soon as I joined, I had a really good time with all these guys.
You've been with us longer than any of our other drummers, so.
That's true. That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
And,
This guy right here.
it's time we hang
So
out a lot.
stay.
We listen to a lot of music together, and we all have things that we like. We all bring different things to the table. I think Jimmy's got killer solos, do all his tapping. Jake writes a lot of the chord progressions and gets good lyrics. And me and Justin with the rhythm section.
Just lay down some beats.
Yeah, so I think it's just the blend, the things we take from other music and make it our own.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well said. All right. So, what do you guys enjoy besides making music? You got hobbies, sports, anything like
Well, again, back to the girls thing.
that? Go always back to the girls.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Sometimes I like hanging out with these guys, actually,
Yeah.
That's something fun to do, hang out with friends or whatever.
We hang
These
out
guys
a
are
lot,
my best friends.
Besides
But
playing music. So.
Also, I have a girlfriend right now. We've been dating for 2 years, so I can't make myself sound very promiscuous.
Aw, that's
Oh,
sweet.
Yeah, no, I love her. So I'm very lucky to have her. And
Did you give a
Yeah,
shout out
I mean,
to her? Wanna give
yeah.
a shout out?
Colleen,
Yeah.
shout out for you. One of the songs I played was actually, I wrote for her before we had ever even spoke. So
Wow.
yeah, a little creepy and a little cool.
She took it the right way though, not the wrong way. So
Well, what's one way to get an impression, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I didn't tell her I wrote it
girl.
for her until 7 months after we were dating.
There you go. Smart
She didn't
man.
believe me.
All right, so you guys have any particular stories about being on stage, doing some crazy show or anything? of the sort?
yeah, I'll take that one, Joe.
All right.
We got this show actually. Justin, he's a hardcore Craigslist person, so we were looking for shows on Craigslist, of course, and we found this place called JR's. And I don't know what part of Rhode Island it's in, but
Warwick.
I was Warwick. It was Warwick. My mistake. It was Warwick. So we went there, and the club was just nasty, and it was just there were a ton of different styles. There was a Western type, kind of a country part, and then there was upstairs there was a bunch of bars, and there was an aqua type theme or whatever, and it was a really good time,
I would call it a Chuck E. Cheese's for grown-ups.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's what I
nautical
call it.
scene
Nice.
upstairs.
I think definitely one of my favorite shows was, I joined the band after JR's, but so it was about 2 years now I've been with you guys, and one of the first few shows we played, I think it was the second one that I was in, it's at the Presbyterian Church, which was right next to the high school, and I think that was the first show we really started gelling. We got our stage presence together, and I just remember having a really good time. We played 12 songs. It was
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
a really long set list.
Yeah, it was a
and
good time.
a lot of our friends were there, so it was a lot of fun.
Glad you brought that up, Fran, man. That was also my favorite show because that was the first show we broke out. Before we were all like, we were all like the Ox, we just like stood there and played our music, we didn't move. But like that show, we just went nuts.
Statues.
And like the audience loved it, which was great, and they were like all into it. They were like, going like this or, doing that thing that audience members do when they like bands.
That's always a good thing.
Feeling the music,
At least,
we were like jumping around,
Yeah,
and,
it was a good time.
we were, like lying across the stage, taking solos and stuff. It was sweet.
Nice. Sounds like a good one, guys. So here's a last question for you. You guys got a website? Oh, there's a two-part question. A website and a CD.
Okay, you can find us at myspace.com/thegutterheads. Also, we're on Facebook. I don't know the URL, but if you search the Gutterheads, and Gutterheads is one word, on Facebook, you'll be able to find us through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, on the website we have all our music. We recorded, I think, was it those 4 songs that we recorded?
We didn't record Walking Home. We recorded, actually, our first song, Inspection Man,
Yeah.
which was a great song.
Yeah.
Some of our songs are, about, life as we know it, We have average lives, I guess, but we can write good songs about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And but some of our songs are just kind of silly, and Inspection Man's one of those songs. You guys should check it out.
Did you guys check it out,
Sure. It's a great song.
And we have a CD that has those 4 songs on it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, guys, that's all I got. Thanks for coming on the show, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys at the next show, huh?
It was
Yeah,
good
thank you very
seeing you,
much,
Joe.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Joseph. Can I call you that?
Sure.
All right.